Mr. Speaker, my question is again for the Minister of Environment and Climate Change. We're approaching another construction season without any ability to regulate how people build on our coasts. This week, we learned that the minister has thrown out any timeline for making this happen, saying his department is engaging in yet another round of consultations. These have been going on since 2018. Meanwhile, development is accelerating in coastal areas as people seek to be ushered in under the old rules. Mr. Speaker, can the minister see that every day that goes by without regulations is a day that puts the coastline at greater climate risk?
The Honourable Minister for Environment and Climate Change.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank the member for the question. In 2019, this caucus voted in favour of the Coastal Protection Act because we recognize how critical that is. Nova Scotians are a coastal people. We're going to continue to live by the coast. However, we need to recognize that the hazards that can be associated with that. These regulations are critical that we get correct. A lot of work has gone into them, and more work will continue to go into them. There's a lot of support for the Coastal Protection Act, but there's also, Mr. Speaker, a lot of folks that don't even know the Act exists, and a lot of folks that don't even know what the entailing regulations could imply. So, Mr. Speaker, we recognize that more work needs to be done on these regulations.
Mr. Speaker, the minister said it himself, 2019, the time for consultation is over. If people don't know about this act, then the government needs to educate them about it. One of the recent examples of coastal construction is a large infill wall on the beautiful and popular Crescent Beach in Lunenburg County. It happens to have been built by the owner of Cresco, just saying, the same developer who benefited from the government's dubious hotel purchase in Bedford. As one resident who grew up near the beach said, there has been a big outcry on how this is being done. Why are there no protections in place? Mr. Speaker, the government's delays are only benefiting people who are dead set on building under the old rules. When will the government actually protect people on our coastline and release the coastal protection regulations?
The Honourable Minister of Environment and Climate Change.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, getting buy-in, getting understanding is key, especially on something as critical as this, and acknowledging there's still a lot of awareness. And I want to thank the honourable member for saying how important education is. And that's why I'm happy to inform the House that I've directed my department to begin targeted consultation with property owners to raise awareness, to raise education. But to say, Mr. Speaker, that there's not any other protections in place, that's not the case. Residents of this province can reach out to their municipalities and talk to their zoning and bylaws. They can reach out to Climate Atlantic that has information. They can reach out to Natural Resources Canada. They can reach out to Municipal Affairs and Housing, who is partnering with the federal government for floodline mapping and LIDAR. There's a lot happening here.
Timberley Prospect.